So, hello everyone. So we'll be dealing today the another part of string functions. So let's discuss more on the other functions. In the previous session, we have discussed more on string copy and string length. Today we'll be discussing another two important functions. Those are your string compare and string concatenate. So we'll first proceed with the string concatenate, string concat. Okay, so basically we know the concatenate. Concatenate is nothing but where we are going to join one string to the another, one string to the another. Okay, let's assume we generally call this is one string and this is another string. So joining to this string, it becomes the new string. So joining of the first string to the another string concatenate. Okay, so what actually we are going to do in this? So basically we required two strings. Let's take an example over here. I'll explain by taking one example. Let's assume we have a str1, okay, say of some size 100, and this string 1 is let's assume the value of the string 1 is jce clg, and my str2 is having some space with the 100 bytes, and it is considered as a bgm. Okay, this is a string 1 and string 2. When I wanted to concatenate this string 1 or string 2 to string 1, so if I do the string 1 concatenate str2, okay, so how it looks like, it will be first string 1 jce space bgm, and just after this sorry, jce clg, just after this we are appending the string 2, that is bgm, just to this. Okay, this is how your concatenation is works. Now how to write a program for this? Okay, and what is inbuilt function for this that we are going to see in today's session. Okay, so I hope you understood the basic string concatenate. So we'll see how this can be implemented through a programming. Let's see, we'll see one example for this. Okay, we'll see one example. So we need to read two strings basically. So let's start with the one program where we will be reading two strings, say character str1 of 100 and str2 of 100, let's assume. Okay, along with this we required index point, so we'll be considering I, and okay, only this much we'll see. If we need some more variables or something, we'll be keep on adding as an our program process. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll be reading the strings str1 and str2. Maximum size we have considered is 100. Okay, so here first printf, I'll put up printf, enter a string str1. Okay, so here I'll be using get as function str1. In the same way I'll be taking the second string also, so enter a str2. I'm giving a very small shortcuts, the printf statements in very, because my agenda is to understand the main logic of concatenation. Okay, and here also we'll be using get as function str2. Okay, yeah. So till this time we have successfully able to read the string 1 and string 2. Okay, now we'll see how it is. Okay, till this, what is going to happen, we have created one str1, and let's assume str2. So 0 to 99 if it is a memory space, right? Till 100. Fine. So let's assume we are considering here. This is what the memory spaces are covered, and there is a I memory location for I. Let's assume this is a memory representation. Okay. Now I'll be putting out here JCE space BG or JCE CLG. That is CLG. And here I will be putting a BGM. This is backslash of 0 and this is backslash of 0. Clear? Okay. So by this time we have read this much, and this is what the memory representation that we are having. Now what I actually wanted to know, I wanted to append this string 2 to the string 1. String 2 to the string 1. So append करना है मतलब क्या करना है? Concatenate means what? We are going to append this string to this string 1. मतलब ये जो भी content string 2 का है, whatever the content that we are having with the string 2, we will be completely appending to the string 1. तो string 1 कहाँ पे खत्म हो रहा है? Backslash of 0. So whether it should, now the question is, sir, shall I paste or shall I put this BGM after backslash of 0, or where the backslash of 0 at that moment only I should have to start? If you are keeping a backslash of 0, the importance of backslash of 0 is what? It is going to tell that this is the end of the string. So if backslash of 0, if you are keeping in existing str1, then after that you are going to append the string 2. It means whenever it's going to read the backslash of 0, it will read only string 1. It will not read the letter part, right? The compiler will understand by that time the string got filled. Means that is process is over, that is having that much string only. Okay, so we have to, at where the position of backslash of 0, from that moment we have to keep on copying the things. Actually, if you go and check it out, string concatenate is nothing but the combination of two earlier function that we have discussed. That is nothing but your string length. By string length you will be coming up over here, and after that position you have to only keep copying. So how it looks like, I'll show you. This will look like this. JCE CLG. Here is a backslash of 0. So what we'll be doing, we will be keeping a BGM, and here will be a backslash of 0. Okay, I hope right now you understood. So backslash of 0. तो यहाँ तक आपको जैसे कि वैसे रीड करना है. So you are going to calculate the length of the string 1. Then as you will be finding backslash of 0, here you are going to keep copying the elements. It is like that. Okay, so it is a combination of both the functions. So how will you proceed then? As I wanted to put it on string 1, that is my destination. Okay, so I'll check it out. While str1 of I, we have to initialize I equals to 0. While str1 of I not equals to backslash of 0. Write down the logic of first getting the length. Only the I plus plus. Okay, so right now I will be having the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7. Okay, now after that, you know the logic of copying. What is that? While, now this time str2, because str2 is making copy, right? Okay, while str2, I'll be putting up j also. J equals to 0. Str of 2 of j not equals to backslash of 0, because इसमें जो content है वो सारा. So what we'll be doing, str1 of I equals to str2 of j, and I plus plus and j plus plus, both you need to make it advance that pointers, right? Okay, so this is the way where you will be copying BGM also. Now we know this will not get copied, so externally or explicitly we have to write. So just after this we are going to add str1 of I equals to backslash of 0. Nice. And this is what the end of your program. Okay. So this is how you are going to make it quite clear, because you have to come here first, right? I hope there is no problem. So I value you will be getting here is a 7, and there will be another variable j which is initialized with 0. Now what happens? str2 of j is 0. Is it equals to backslash of 0? No. So we are going to copy str1 of I. What is the value of I? It is 7. Okay, so here you are going to put str2 of j. So 0. So here it comes b. Then in the same fashion g and m. Okay, like that. So here we will be putting out, by that time we have simply get incremented with the I plus plus and j plus plus, and in the same fashion str1 of I. So at the last we are putting a backslash of 0. So we will be getting concatenation of two strings. Okay. So this is how the string concatenation operation can be performed over the string. Okay. Now instead of doing all this, this is what the main logic that we are having. Instead of doing this, okay, till this portion, we have an inbuilt function also that can also be used from your end, that is str for string, cat is concat, and the function is first is the destination. Here in this case is str1 is a destination, and shows str2. Okay, string concat. So strcat, if you write this also instead of this, and you are just simply printing out str1 and str2, put as str1 and str2, you will be getting the result. Okay, I hope you people have understood the string concatenate functions on the program, and when the along with the inbuilt function. So instead of this much, you can write and get the same result. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can able to understand. Okay, if there is no problem, we'll proceed with the another important function, and basically um, there is hardly any operations or anything will be asked over the string comparison. So I'll explain you the logic with that. Okay, and the function itself. We are not going to write one program for the string comparison. Okay, fine. So let's move ahead with the string comparison, which is the last function for us. Actually, there are many other operations also that can be, or inbuilt functions that can be used. I'll be utilizing it. Okay. This is what the string concat, and one of the other that we'll be using is string comparison. Okay. So for this, what actually we are going to do? Let's assume it is backslash of 0. Okay. This is my str1. I have str2. And this is also having the same content, jclg backslash of 0. Let's assume for time being. Okay. Now I wanted to check whether these two strings are same or different. Means I wanted to compare them, whether these two strings str1 and str2, whether they are same or different. We are comparing it. Or in other word, if they are different, which one is the largest, bigger, or which one is the smallest? And I can say, if I compare in any case, let's assume their values, let's assume their length or something. Okay, so that is how we will be saying out. So what is happening in this case? We'll be comparing character by character. Okay, so whether they are same. So what actually happens with this, when we consider the characters, actually characters fine, but how we know it is a case sensitive also. If you consider capital J and compare with the capital J, fine, but when you compare with the capital J with small j, they are not the same, they are different. Whenever you are considering the any character, when you wanted to compare, they will be compared with their ASCII values. They were compared with their ASCII values. Okay, Now, what done by their ASCII values? If you remember, if you know, they have the some ASCII values that you should remember, right? That is from 65 to 90, and that is 98 to 123, right? So these are the ASCII values for A. Let's assume for capital A, capital B to capital Z, small a, small b, small c to small z. Okay, so these are their ASCII values which you have to keep it remember. So when you wanted to compare if capital A, small a, 65 and 90, they are differ, right? It compares with their ASCII values, not the characters actually. So capital J same, capital C, capital C. So you cannot compare the str1 of 0 with the str2 of 2. They should be compared with like this only. Okay. Uh, so in uh, this will be compared same, spaces is also compared same, and at the last backslash of 0 will also compare with the backslash of 0. And if everything is same, then you can say they are same. Then they are same. Now the problem is the function that we are using over here is strcmp, where str1 comma str2. Okay. Now the outputs in this case will be coming in an integer form. Those are your 0, 1 and negative 1. Generally I will be calling it as a positive value and negative value, and this is a neutral. Okay. Now if both the strings which you are evaluating on, if they are same, your output will be 0. Your output will be 0. Okay. If the first string, a first parameter in the string comparison function, if it is larger in the sense, अभी देखिए, if I am considering this C के जगह पे, if it is D, let's assume JJ value is same, D and C, if I compare, D's ASCII value is quite greater than the C's ASCII value. So if string 1 ka value is greater, then it will generate the positive value. So I can say here str1 is greater. In ASCII values concept I'm saying, okay, we cannot compare the characters. Okay. In the same way, if it is negative, in the sense string 2 is larger or string 1 is smaller. Negative means smaller, that is how we can say. So it is smaller, or the string 2, the second part or the second parameter in the function is larger, right? So this is how the positive it generates. So these are nothing but an integer value. So to hold here we required one integer variable. This is how it will. Okay. So this is basically a string comparison for you. We will be utilizing strcmp function, where there will be two strings can be passed as an argument. Okay. So basically we are considering this. Any doubts? If you have, please ask me. So this is how we are doing up. Okay. So I hope you people are quite follow up the things. If you have any doubt, please let me know. These both functions are quite important as far as your examination is concerned. Okay. And for the next further part of the over the strings, we'll be seeing in the next session. Till that, take care. Bye bye. See you.